ABQ Sports Magazine presents Sports Line with Sherry Barth. Here we go.
Sherry Barth, ABQ Sports Magazine, speaking with UNM basketball coach Craig Snow. Craig, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Coach Snow, as UNM basketball director of operations, what does your job entail?
My job is primarily administrative, so a lot of my day-to-day activities are helping the guys out with academic issues or really just checking up on them, making sure they're getting what they need to be done in the classroom. I also do a lot with our travel situation where I help kind of organize that from an administrative standpoint, and really just kind of focus on representing Coach Alford in the different areas that he may or may not have time to do during a typical day. You know, he spends a lot of time focusing on our upcoming opponents and our own team and how we're performing both in practice and in games, and I have to kind of handle a lot of stuff behind the scenes that he can't quite focus enough time on, so I'll report back to him and we'll meet day to day. So in a lot of ways I'm kind of doing things and representing him across the campus in different avenues.
Coach Snow, you played ball for Evansville, Indiana. How does this make your coaching strong and competitive with Coach Alford, who's also from Indiana?
Yeah, Coach and I have a very similar background in that I played for Jim Cruz, who was an assistant while he was at Indiana, and one of my assistant coaches while I was at Evansville was one of his teammates as a freshman, and Marty Simmons. So we have very familiar backgrounds when it comes to Indiana basketball, and you know, I've kind of grew up admiring him in a lot of ways. I did his All-American workout in my driveway, and you know, to be able to work for him now is really kind of surreal a lot of times for me. And you know, he's been a tremendous role model for me, both as a coach and as a player. And you know, our similar backgrounds have definitely helped us build a relationship that's built on a lot of things that are very in common.
With UNM basketball being the #1 team in the league with the #1 record, why is it if the season ended today, there is not one Lobo player that would make first team? Would you project, if there was a regular season team win, that there will be a few players going to second team, such as Alex Kirk or Kendall Williams?
Well, we've had a lot of players that have had, you know, tremendous seasons so far this year, and you know, I've kind of been a believer personally, both as a player and as a coach, that you know, individual rewards come through team accomplishment. And I think at the end of the season, if we're able to finish with the league title or share the league title, I think you'll see that, you know, there will be numerous players and numerous players represented in different areas in the league. And you know, that's something we don't really focus on. You know, the most important statistic for us is wins, and that's something that Coach Alford has really been able to do in his tenure here. And I think you know, if we're able to finish the season like we're capable of, I think you'll see our players get rewarded. But that's right now, that's kind of on the back burner. We're just focusing on, you know, getting the next game.
Coach Snow, you had a successful career coaching at Bosque. What is the adjustment that you had to make coaching from high school to college ball?
Well, I think for me, it was a great opportunity that Bosque provided. You know, I was able to start a program that really didn't have much history. It had just, you know, begun, and build it from really the ground up. And we were able to win 125 games in the time I was there. And adjusting to college, you know, coming into a program that, you know, Coach had kind of already had set up. He was coming off, you know, conference titles, and being able to come here, it was, you know, an adjustment just in terms of the amount of pressure that comes with college basketball. And, you know, it's pressure in different avenues. At the high school level, I was able to, you know, make a lot of mistakes that no one really noticed. And here, you know, even small mistakes get noticed on a much larger scale. So I think the biggest difference is just making sure that, you know, I do my job to, you know, help Coach out from his day-to-day activities, because, you know, every game that we play is on the national scene and it's recognized nationally. If we lose a game, it comes across the ESPN ticker. You know, I would play games as a high school coach that, you know, sometimes our own student body wouldn't know if we won or lost 2 or 3 days later. So I think for us, it's just the amount of focus that's presented on it on a day-to-day basis, and how big Lobo basketball here is in Albuquerque. So, you know, for me, it's been great. I played at a high level in terms of Division I, so it's kind of getting back to where I wanted to be, is coming to work for Coach. So it's been an easy adjustment, but you know, it's come with its own challenges.
Coach Snow, does Coach Alford get all fired up?
Yeah, there are times he has a pretty fiery personality, and I think a lot of it just comes from his competitive nature. He's used to winning. As a player, he won a national championship, he won an Olympic gold medal, and as a coach, he's had a tremendous amount of success, winning championships. And so he's very competitive, when it comes down to, possessions by possession and trying to make sure our guys are, as focused as he is, from the sideline. And it's something that I look up to and admire because, coming from the high school level, a possession or two might slide by, and really one of the biggest things I picked up is how important every single thing that we do, down to how we set screens, how we cut off screens, how we deliver the basketball, and coach is competitive in every avenue, and it's something that's really allowed him to be very successful as a coach.
Sherry Barth, ABQ Sports Magazine.
Thanks for watching ABQ Sports TV. For more exciting videos, go to www.abqsportsmag.com.